I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay,
Is this?
It's like,
close
I
enough?
kind of like, I really don't know yet. It's weird. Like, I go through times where I'm listening. I think it's more like directional effect.
as
So
long
if
as
you
it's
have it
pointed.
like higher, I think it's better.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't really know. It's kind of trial and error. So
we
I
go.
just asked you, do you do podcasts or like, have you done podcasts before?
no, this is I guess long time listener. I guess first time podcast guest. Never done one. We've had tons of members and staff that had said like you should
do
start one.
one?
You should start one. And it honestly, until listening to yours, it's never really interested me.
But what about it? The fact that you're like,
I feel like with yours, because I've listened to a bunch of
Yeah.
episodes, and especially because I come to Showtime,
Yeah.
so I've seen, I guess, a lot of the guests
People,
in
yeah.
person. So then to hear their stories, it actually is super cool to be like,
and
wow, I guess that's a
relating.
person that I see around. And
So like, how would that? What made it click? You want it like you're like, oh, I can do one like that too. It's not like all.
yeah, because I feel like with fitness ones, to me, it seems like it needs to be like fitness tips
Related.
or something. Where to me, it's just that is so kind of.
So when you
They're
were
done.
people were telling you to do it for the gym, you're like, I don't want to do a fitness based podcast, basically type of thing.
I think so, and I feel like also I'm not really I don't like being the face of things. I
So
don't really
when
want to
you
be.
heard this, you're like, oh, I'm super interested to be on and do something, but I don't really ever want to like
I think
operate
so.
one on my own.
Well, no, now I feel like even operating at my own, because I think even listening to you in a couple
Oh, sorry,
episodes,
move that a little closer.
Bring it?
Yeah,
Closer to me.
Yeah.
I think like listening to you in a bunch of episodes, how you were saying like you don't really want to be out
Yeah,
there. Like
totally.
we're both kind of like more soft-spoken,
Same.
reserved
Yeah.
sort of people. So seeing you do it and just
Cool.
sort of connecting with people and that being podcast enough
That's
to me
true.
seems
I guess like
pretty interesting.
you don't like. I always probably the wrong word to use is like project yourself because it's not like project, but you're not like a big like outspoken person on like
No,
the gym or stuff like that.
I really like to kind of
Same.
be behind the scenes, and I love the gym. I love everything that we're doing, but I'm not much of like a self promoter.
Same.
I like the gym be the
Same.
focal piece.
It's like even on the Instagram for Showtime, it's all like, luckily there's just, I can just repost everything. So it's like, I don't even have to like, if you go through Showtime's Instagram, it'll be very far and few between you see one that's not just directly from a repost.
that is so fortunate.
Yeah,
we,
true.
we just
Easy,
today
easy.
posted one of a coach, because normally I like
Same thing.
painstakingly make all the posts, and it's such a production. But today, one of the coaches made a really nice one, and we just reshared it. Which is,
So that's the only thing I'm like, I just have them stocked up because I guess there's enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just goes to naturally not like having the urge to do it myself. So I guess then kind of bring it to the gym. Do you want to just like,
do my
I'm
little
trying to
plug.
figure out a way to like not formally like introduce people.
Yeah.
But like, I'm kind of leaning towards the lines of a couple things that like you would present yourself as.
Okay. I guess
Or
three things.
like, to do that's a kind of a rough way around an introduction without saying, hey, introduce yourself.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I am Jakob Fowler. I own OEV Fitness here in town. I guess that's one thing. I've been
Whatever, you don't have. Just however, what important things about yourself, yeah.
I guess that's sort of the main one. That's my main sort of claim to fame at the moment. Because we started literally right when you guys did,
So
basically
when did you
2015.
In what month?
We started August.
Okay, so I beat you.
Really?
Well, we were like, I got the keys May, and then we were open June 1st. So
Okay.
literally,
That's so close.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess that's been this season of my life for the
it'll
past.
be 7 years, right? This year, 2022.
Yeah.
right? 7, 5. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been the biggest thing, I guess, of my adult life.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the main
So
thing
with
right
the
now.
gym,
It's-
I guess, yeah, you started then. I know you guys have just like you've slowly grown up, and would you call it bouncing around, or is it like scaling up as far as facilities? Because you were on Dundas first, right?
Yeah,
and then across the street.
Well, we first for I honestly don't even remember how long.
was the
Maybe
first one?
6 months. We were in a basement.
Yeah.
My mom had a shop on Dundas Street.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if I had ever been in it, but yeah.
No, you'll have to come to the current one. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we started in this little basement, like 800 square feet.
What? It was like boot camp at like, forgive my ignorance, but like, would you start out when you're like, I'm gonna open a gym? What was your train of thought?
I guess we honestly, because I guess rewind a little bit, like Sarah, my partner at the time, I guess business partner still, we had lived in Australia for a little while. Like we went on a working holiday visa.
For how long? Like what's a little bit?
I had gone sort of back and forth for, I guess, 18 months because I would go there for the summer and sort of work for their summer. The seasons are opposite. So then I would come home for our summer.
Go to work down there?
I had gone sort of traveling with one of my best friends and then loved it there, found a job. So I was, I would go back and forth because I really.
What job? What kind of job did you find down there? Just out of curiosity.
It was honestly the coolest job in the world. I worked for a company called Bar Pop, and they basically when I was working for them, they would take over a green space basically for a weekend and turn it into like a fully functioning pop-up bar.
Really?
So it's like Australia has a ton of really, really cool parks or like parks at the beach. So this company we'd bring all the bar equipment, we'd bring all the furniture, we'd bring all the lighting, we'd bring everything.
And then it would just naturally draw people there. Or there's people there already and it's kind of just like a...
There were people there. I guess the company had started originally as they would provide staff for like concerts and festivals. So they basically just had all the equipment and had a database of staff that could do the work. So I had kind of lucked out and connected with them, and then they really liked me. So I went back and forth.
So is that a thing down there? Is that like or is that still one of a kind like business type of thing? Or is it like, do they have pop-up bars? Because they don't have anything like that here, do they? In the summer even? Or is it like a promotional thing? I guess you'll see like a promotion, but they don't, no?
I don't know. I guess I haven't really seen a ton of things around here like that. I think in Australia it was pretty unique. They've grown insanely. Like the festivals and stuff they put on now themselves down there.
Naturally, it would just what's a bar turn into a couple bars, and then it's like performers and stuff like that. So so you go back and forth for travel /
I went back and forth, and then basically one summer when I was home, I had met Sarah and basically convinced her to come to Australia with me. So she came for the one summer, and we basically just worked the whole time, spent no money because the shifts were insanely long. So we came home with some cash.
Was it like the best time type of thing? Or did it turn into like a lot?
I guess they were really, really long shifts. It was like we would work probably 18, 19 hours a day, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I loved it because I really like to work. I think Sarah definitely got.
Did you work bar scene here, like home? Are you from London originally?
Yeah. We worked at Cobra.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah, that's true. That might have been.
I feel like that's where I first.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
first
Cobra.
Met you.
Yeah. What was before Cobra? No, I started just when it was Cobra.
Really?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. What am I saying? Yeah.
I started just before when it was still 29 Park.
That's it. Yeah. And then, do you still see any of those people?
No, I feel like I was very
same. I
feel like we've had such similar paths.
I didn't even like. I wasn't. Yeah, I was working. Yeah, totally. And then working at Easy Home, which was. I remember.
Did you work at the one by our old gym?
That's where I kind of like. I was just finishing. I think as you guys were moving over to. Maybe I don't know where the timelines would have been, but yeah, that's why I was familiar with that area because you guys moved in right behind there, right, or the same building or one over.
The one like across from the courthouse.
Yes.
Yeah. Crazy.
It was the Legion.
Yeah.
I remember that. I totally remember that. I think I left Easy Home right before you guys, or a little bit before you guys moved in there, obviously, because you guys would have been moving. How long were you at the basement on Dundas?
I honestly, it's all kind of.
I know it only comes back as you like talk about it for sure. Even
I feel like I need to write out the timeline just so I know. But.
So okay, even scratch that. Australia, have you been back? Do you go back and forth now ever?
No, because I guess we came home and my mom she had literally just rented the space for her store on Dundas where we ended up in the basement. And she was kind of like showing us the space when we first got home. And
Were you guys like, I want to open up something? Was that the goal, saving up money down there or anything like that?
not really. I guess we almost didn't really have a goal, I feel like.
Were you someone that always knew you were going to work for yourself type of thing though?
I don't know. I feel like I wanted to own a gym. I feel like I really love just the way gyms
work,
look, and kind of like it was always my dream to build
okay,
cool looking gym. And I guess I had been a personal trainer too since I was 18.
Okay,
so just
relevant, yeah.
To me too, it feels like as a personal trainer, I wasn't able to like help as many people as I wanted. So I think owning a gym, then
building it,
you can help more people, I guess, by extension.
So she moved in. When she moved into there, were you had the idea of like, what's in the basement for us type of thing, or is she showing it around and you're
not really? Because I guess I was like, when I came home for the summers, I was working a like $12 an hour landscaping job that I absolutely hated. And my mom was like touring us around the building and she brought us downstairs and it was like, I forget how wide it was, but it was 55 feet long.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's long enough for turf. And basically Sarah and I think we just, in Australia, we're in the habit of not spending any money. So I think we were like, let's build a training studio just for us so we don't have to pay Good Life anymore.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just like amassed equipment from...
That's the same as, like, I guess when I was here, it was a little bit more, less of a personal thing, but it was bare minimum. Like, I'll show you some of the pictures from back when we started here. It was cement floors. It was so beginner.
Yeah.
Like, not even beginner. It was so cheap. Like, I don't know. I guess phase one, you know?
That's what I listened to the episode with Corey. Yeah. Shout out Corey.
Yeah.
Super. I feel like all the gyms kind of similar story, just starting small, like responsibly
or at least
growing.
The ones that have like
the independent ones.
Yeah. And that go, like, I think even all three of ours are like really strong. It's not like flippy flop, you know, it's like, I think they're strong businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so cool. I just love hearing.
So when was you were down there and like building for yourself? When did you start like seeing that it could generate money? Or, you know, I mean, maybe not even, because you're not always like money. I guess at first you're like, we got to figure out the pay, or was your mom like, just move in, like you can just use the space? Yeah,
I think we almost kind of took it over because I think she was excited to have it and use it for storage. And I think we kind of bullied her out of it. Almost. We were like, we're going to use this. I think we, at a point, we're paying her like $200 a month rent or something like that. And then I think pretty quickly, like as soon as it came together, I think mainly because I hated my landscaping job.
You're like, I gotta make some of this, or like, might as well.
Yeah, so we just started training a couple clients, and then it just kind of grew and grew and grew.
Let's get a bigger space, which is across the street. And then you went right to where you are now.
So we were in the basement, then we were in a small space right across from Aeolian Hall, like kitty corner from the Easy Home.
Oh, really?
Right basically at the...
Yeah.
You know what those lights where there's
TD?
the food supply store?
I do. Yeah.
Then right across that big parking lot, there's like the welding shop in the back.
Yeah.
So we were in that building, and I think we were there for 2 years and then moved across the street, I think for another 2 years.
And then how long have you been at this one?
I think almost 2. I feel like with COVID, everything's kind of
I know, it's right. Like you say 2, it's probably been like 3 or 4 then.
Where we are now, I think it's for sure 2.5, I want to say.
So what's the setup there now? As far as like the structure, what do you classify your facility as?
I guess now we're back to being CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's basically with the setup now, we're half the gym is sort of like group class focused. So our space is 12,000 square feet, which is
huge.
It's massive. So one half, probably like 6,000 square feet, is for group fitness. And then the other half is sort of like smaller group or personal training kind of stuff.
Was it different pre-COVID?
Not really. I guess during COVID, we had at one point built just like a fake wall made of like sort of poly plastic, just because the restrictions were like you could have 10 people.
You gotta put these random barriers up.
Yeah, so we had like divided the space in half so we could have 10 people on one side, 10 on the other. And then it kind of made sense because with CrossFit, like you do wall balls or handstands against the wall. There's a lot of stuff that uses wall space. So we've made sections of the wall, like an actual wall now that has opened up a lot more sort of
possibilities.
Yeah.
So were you guys, so this will kind of answer my question. Even when I was talking with Corey, is like, were you guys able to like, how was COVID for you guys business wise?
I think for
rough or not? Like, cause I hate, it's a weird question, but like, I think for myself, it's been like shot us up exponentially.
Yeah. I feel like for us, it was really
more of just like a pause type of.
Yeah, I feel like the pause was really beneficial because it gave us a really good opportunity to like take a step back and kind of reassemble a lot of systems and stuff.
So ultimately, it just comes down to the business person you are. That's kind of what me and Corey came to the conclusion of. It's like if you can adapt and like kind of make the best of it. Like you guys were doing a lot of virtual stuff and
not as much. I feel like with us, it's just so not what we love to do, and it doesn't really seem what our members wanted anyway. So we kind of like we did the Zoom class thing and
tried it.
That to me honestly was the biggest frustration with the whole thing because like when we were in person, we were really hard at work trying to figure out those systems, and then as soon as we switched back to online, it's all new stuff. So it was just kind of a dance between the two, but being able to take that step back and really
you don't have to, again, this is my own curiosity and it's like, maybe some of it's too far, but like with my situation with the landlord of my building, he's been super supportive and like, obviously there's like different grants. Like was it smooth sailing? I mean, it doesn't have to, you know what I mean? It's a weird question to ask, but like initially, me as a business owner, it's like, I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I feel like for us initially it was
freaky.
I was super scared just because our rent is pretty high.
And you had the type of person that you're like, he's gonna like not that. Yeah, like it's pretty commercialized type of thing.
Well, our landlord we've never spoken to.
Okay, so that's the relate. Yeah,
there's like a property manager in between.
Yes,
our rent actually went up $2,000 during COVID, which it was like part of our lease because we had like
it was happening anyways type of thing.
Yeah, and I was shocked that they had enforced it, but it like I think right off the bat it was pretty scary, and I think I personally kind of
stressed out a little bit.
Yeah, I was super stressed. I was in a pretty dark spot.
So would you just contribute have building a strong business to being able to like kind of navigate through it all?
Yeah, and then I feel like too we're really lucky that we have a ton of super supportive members.
Again, I think it comes back to like that how strong the business is and like the community and like same totally and like it seems to be all the common denominators like that community that's supportive and like just building that like good foundation that it's definitely going to be stressful, but again if you can pivot and like figure out like it gave me opportunities to do things that I would have never ever done, and then I'm sure obviously like put stuff in different perspectives. But
I think too because for me like at the very beginning I was so overwhelmed that I almost like shut down and like really became pretty ineffective, and then I think for me at least it was as soon as I realized that's what was going on, I sort of made self-improvement my biggest goal, and it was like I think since COVID started, I've probably done half a dozen different courses and read so many books on like management, leadership, stuff like that. And to me, it just feels like that. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and then it seems to always work out. You just need to like
100%. That's pushing. Like it. I think that's the yeah, for sure. You can't explain that, but 100%.
That's what I really in the Corey episode with you. Just how you guys were saying, like it. So many commonalities. How it's like
it's all mine to yours to his are three completely different gyms.
Yeah,
but they're so alike and like just they're I don't know. I guess what keeps them going and strong.
It seems too like the community, like you were saying, is so important because even I've talked to a bunch of other gym owners, and it's like in the process of building the gym, the amount of members that help with stuff, or like you have a plumber that's on staff, or like that's a member that offers to.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, that kind of goes back to our conversation. It's just like an endless network of supportive people for sure.
And it seems like it literally wouldn't be possible without it.
Not
and
a
it's
chance.
just the people keep lining up, and it just keeps growing and keeps happening.
100%. And that's where it's like coming out on the other side. I guess that's like, it's not like the business is growing during COVID or anything like that, but like I have such a better, bigger perspective on things now, because just the way that things work seem to, like, if you work hard, or I don't know, put one foot in front of the other, it just like happens.
Yeah. It's definitely, I feel like
so
there's
you said back to CrossFit. What's that mean?
Yeah, I guess because with CrossFit, essentially you like affiliate with CrossFit. So you basically just pay them a bunch of money every year to use that word, essentially. So I think 3 years ago, had decided to become CrossFit.
Can you just decide to?
Well, so one of the owners of the gym at least has to become certified in CrossFit. So you pay money for that. Then your coaches need to be certified in CrossFit, or most of them. And then basically you pay money to use the word. It's awesome. Is
it like you guys have to, you apply for it and then they're like, show me all your certificates from your trainers type of thing?
Kind of like there's a decent application process, and like you have to picking a name was really hard, because you have to have like a CrossFit affiliate name. And when we signed up, I think there were 15,000 affiliates, so 15,000 different names that you couldn't use. So
how many are in London? Do they come and go?
I think right now there's, I want to say 4 or 5.
At least,
yeah. There used to be more. A couple closed. A couple of not, like they've stopped being CrossFit. There's still gyms.
The one that just closed.
CrossFit London.
Yeah, I just got the one that of course. See, this is how all over the place are. Yeah, the treadmill downstairs.
Yeah.
So were they a CrossFit affiliate?
Yeah, so they were. Because I think that was when you were asking if I wanted to own a gym. Owning a CrossFit gym specifically was kind of the goal, just because I always loved that aesthetic. They're so like simple, so clean, so sure. And even just CrossFit as a method,
you like it.
It's really, honestly, the first experience I ever had with CrossFit, I think I was like 18, and I visited a gym in Halifax. And with CrossFit, basically, like people do the workout, and then typically like all the scores for the day are written on the whiteboard.
And you're like, I just got to get at the top.
Well, so I was just like a young smartass and saw a score that was really, really, the time was slow, or the weight was low, or whatever. And I jokingly to the trainer was like, oh, I think I'll at least be able to beat that. And the trainer said to me, he was like, that's Marion. She's 75 years old. When she came here, she was too weak to separate shopping carts at the grocery store. And now she deadlifts 100 pounds.
Wild.
And I literally, I got goosebumps. That's what's so cool, because I feel like CrossFit gets such a, like, people think it's super intense, that it's just for like,
honestly,
crazy.
Me, with having that impression first off, like years ago before the fitness industry, now I'm like, so I watch it down, like it's awesome. Like maybe I'm coming over there.
You should come for a lift.
I gotta come in there though when no one's in there, so I don't like late at night or something. When do you normally work out?
Well, I come here now.
True. You don't do much. So could you do that here? Could we do that here? No, not even.
You definitely could with the rig in the PT area. I feel like you need a little bit more. Like if it was out from the wall a little bit.
Could you put me through a CrossFit workout down there one night?
I feel like with CrossFit workouts, you can do them anywhere. But honestly, I feel like the environment of having 11 other people doing it around you, it kind of like it gets you more excited, more in the zone.
But I can't do that, right? Like I'll just die. You don't think?
It's everything's sort of scalable.
I want to come down there at midnight with you one night and just do it.
That would be good. You definitely should.
Yeah, that's what I would do, and then I'd be like, after that, I'd jump in somewhere else. So needless to say, I think it's like once you get over that and like realize obviously the ones that I'm watching are like probably
those are like
premium,
top of
yeah. And it's like, that's hard. Like that's impressive for sure. But I get where there's that huge, maybe not, maybe this is my naivety talking, but is there a big difference between what those top elite CrossFitters are, how they are versus like every kind of one underneath?
I think for sure because though like the top people I think literally train for like 4 hours a day.
Where do people get the like misconception of like you'll just get injured?
I feel like there's a lot of
It does happen,
like memes and stuff about it, or
no, not even.
Definitely without proper coaching or instruction. And I guess just athletes participating in it that don't know their.
So it comes down to like the facilities
yet.
Almost, or like
it definitely can, or even just what people are trying. I think definitely having coaches that know how to properly progress people, because with CrossFit, the cool thing is you can scale it to any different level, but there's lots of stuff that looks really cool that people want to try. And if you haven't done the 7 steps up to that movement, you very well could get injured. But so if you have a coach that's like, no, let's take it step by step. And
do you think that happens more with CrossFit and coach, like the lack of quality? Is there a big lack of quality in CrossFit coaches then, or no? Like that's just like
for sure.
Yeah.
I think honestly that's because I love CrossFit. I don't personally do CrossFit at the moment because I come here, I use machines. I feel like this season
it. Do you go back and forth, or like could you do some of? Not really, because it's a workout. It's like the CrossFit workout start to end. You can't just like fucking go.
I guess
I mean, depending what's in the workout.
Yeah, I feel like I periodically jump in. I really like going somewhere that's not like I love my gym, but to me, I feel like at least at this season in my life, I just want to be able to go somewhere, shut my brain off, not think about work. Whereas for me, it's like
I can relate to that more than anything too, because that's like the main struggle with me and here.
Yeah,
like not picking up a vacuum halfway through your workout.
Exactly.
Or, like just putting stuff away and then getting frustrated, and you're like 5 minutes. I don't have to tell you, I'm sure.
No,
but
exactly.
I went through a couple last 3 years where I was like, I have to go somewhere else, and I wasn't. I was still here, just kind of because you get that much more done when you're here.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, don't care, shutting off.
Yeah.
So that might come and go. Maybe it's big enough now where back then it was a little smaller, so it was harder for me to like shut off. But
yeah.
I get that for sure. More than anything, it's like you're just getting the distractions out of the way for sure.
I'm the same. Yeah, my girlfriend and I tried last week to work out there, and literally the vacuum thing. Between sets was trying to vacuum.
I was vacuuming before this and just kind of tidying up, and I was going to ask you, because I wanted to ask Corey. He was like, what's your cleaning system like over there?
Yeah.
Do you have cleaners?
So we have front.
I asked just not because I care, because I'm like, because I've gone. I'm just, those are the curiosities.
I guess not specific cleaners. We've like our front desk. That's a huge part of their job. So we have front desk all day, like Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on the weekends, basically.
And they just like vacuum every day, like do their rounds.
Yeah, we've got a decent cleaning list. It's like Mondays, the pull-up bar should be clean. Tuesdays,
cool, sweet.
It's pretty thorough. Although right now we've had a couple of the front desk staff change school schedules, so we're actually hiring if anyone's looking.
Really, for what? Yeah, no,
for front desk.
What's that like? What's front desk? Because I don't know. I could actually might be able to help you. Or I'm sure you guys can find someone real quick.
I've got an ad on Indeed. We've got a couple pretty good applicants,
even from members and stuff like that. No, like.
Yeah, we'll have
not necessarily members, but like anyways, yeah. So,
but I think with the switch, myself and Sarah, my business partner,
have up a little more.
Yeah, which honestly, I love being there for front desk.
Yeah,
because do you do a lot of work at home or up here in terms of like real paperwork?
This is
stuff?
what this is for. This is like my desk. I do every work here. Yeah, this is my home away from home.
Yeah,
even Jade has like a full desk up here, and this is our workspace up here for sure.
Because at least at the gym, our office is right on the main floor. So if I'm trying to get like spreadsheet stuff done at the gym, I get
like I can come here and not
people wouldn't even know you're here.
They don't, and it's like if I didn't have the gym, like in a crazy world where I don't no longer gym, I'd still have up. I'd never get rid of this.
Yeah,
Or
I
now
don't blame you.
or now a space to like do your own thing.
Yeah.
Like as far as I could be here get more work done and never walk into the gym, which is like what Corey was saying too, is like having, I'm sure it's just a distractions thing. If you're still amongst the facility, like this is not a part of the gym,
Yeah. That's why I love doing front desk, because then if I'm doing a desk shift, I have no expectation on myself to do the spreadsheet, do the account, do any of that stuff.
You do all that at home?
Yeah, that was the one nice thing with COVID, that working from home a little more, my home office is, I love it. Perfect, I finally have a space that I really, really like to get stuff done. I find too, I don't know if you're the same way, but I know for years and years until only recently, I would feel like super guilty not working almost. It felt like around the clock I needed to be. I honestly don't even know why, but
it's probably because there is always something to be done.
I guess that is true.
You just got to, I don't know. Probably because there is always something that needs to be done.
I guess that is true.
But it's just a matter of knowing when to give yourself a rest, I think. I mean, there's definitely people that work harder than me, but we're not. But it's
that's why I love chatting with other gym owners. I feel like that is true. There literally is always something.
Especially
especially you guys have a little I couldn't imagine having a kid
it's crazy.
In the mix
it's really cool. Last week I was Tatum. She's 2.5. She goes to daycare. She's been there since before she could walk. She was just over 1. So she's been there. It's awesome place. There's it's a 5 little. I think it's all girls, maybe 1 boy at this time, but they're all under I think 5 or so.
Yeah.
So right from the beginning, she's been able to go 5 days a week to daycare, which gives us
nice.
That
gives you a ton.
What I'm leading to is this past week it was closed. Her daycare was closed, so it was I was at home with her all week, and it was funny because it gave me it was one of the most. It was an awesome week because I was completely shut off from here. I was I'm at home with her. I'm not there's no, even when, it's regular life, running back and forth and busy. And I was able to just completely shut off with her last week. And it was the coolest thing because it's possible for me and people like you to I was man, I could be a stay-at-home dad. I couldn't because I'm not that type of person.
Yeah.
But I had so much enjoyment out of it that
that's awesome.
It's just from what I got out of it was being able to click off and not you can't do your responsibilities at the gym and stuff like that. So not having the back of your head went completely a good perspective for sure.
Yeah. Good for you guys.
But she's 2, so she's just over, not 2.5. She goes to daycare, so we have it good too because she's still there 5 days a week.
Yeah,
and we're lucky enough to have space like this, and
that's pretty fortunate. That's awesome.
It's lucky. It's just how it works, though. You keep putting one foot in front of the other, and it's weird stuff happens.
What does your day look like? What do you have a pretty set kind of day?
I'm sure it's a lot like you. I don't. Do you train clients?
Not any. I guess I haven't for probably 3 years now, which is insane.
Why? Just more different responsibilities, or lack of interest in it? Because that's me. I said to Corey, I was it's hard for me to even call myself a personal trainer. And I have 2 clients now that are that.
What time of day? Is it regular?
Yeah, it's 8 and 9. Yeah, 4 days a week. So that's so what for me, I usually if Jade has clients, then I drive Tatum. If opposite, then Jade drives her, and then I'm in here no matter what by 8:30.
Yeah.
If I have a client at 8, then I'm obviously here earlier. If I don't, then I usually work out in the morning, so I'm here 8:30, work out at 10 or whatever.
That's a pretty nice.
Do a little bit of stuff here. I don't know. It's and then we have the store.
Yeah.
So that's kind of open, 4 days a week, noon till. So for the afternoons, you're kind of nuts. You will be around. We're up and down from here to the store, doing whatever.
That's pretty handy that you can be up here and still.
Yeah, and like Kilo's here with us all day, so she lets us know when someone's in the store.
Yeah,
or, it's close enough. You can hear everything in the building that's in the store. Like so we're up and back and forth, and then if I need to pick Tatum up, if it's it kind of works out where it's every other day. Jade has more of a training schedule than me.
Yeah,
like she's couple in the morning, couple in the night, in the afternoon type of thing, and then I'll go pick Tatum up at 4 or whatever, and every other day, me and Jade will switch doing that. And then the days that I go pick her up, I often come back here once Tatum goes to bed, so 7 or 8, and then I do these now then. But it's also like at the end of the day, it's just going over vacuuming, towels, tidying up everything, and so there are a lot. I found that I was getting way too stressful and busy. Not that I had a crazy client schedule, but as clients started dropping off, I didn't really replace them because I was like, I know at the time I was like, it's not that I was at the point where my time was worth more doing other things.
Yeah.
I was like, I could definitely make that a reality.
Yeah.
So then it's like, and I never had like a huge, I don't consider myself a huge personal trainer, you know what I mean? Like I have enough that I can, provide a service, but I was wanting to grow this and like do other things before being 10 clients a day type of thing.
I feel like that was very much me as well. Cause I feel like I became a personal trainer when I was 18. So I had done it on and off for years.
If you're in it, in the fitness, it's like the best thing to do. I mean, it's fun, it's good, it pays well. Like if you're in the right situation, and
it is good. So rewarding just seeing those. Like I really love starting with somebody that's more beginner, and then that's why too the whole, because like sort of half of the coaches at our gym are super into CrossFit. They compete, they love all that sort of stuff, and then the other half are very into more, like, I guess they're not totally different spectrums, but some people are really passionate about teaching people to do a muscle up or like walk on their hands, whereas I'm more excited to have somebody that's never squatted,
technique, and like
start to love fitness, drop 100 pounds and literally change. Like to me, the complete life transformation is a lot more exciting than getting 3 more
pull-ups. Has it always been like that? Or like do you think if in 4 or 5 years from now you're like, well, I'm more into like CrossFit workouts than ever, you'd be like, you might be more inclined to like be able to relate to a client that's wants that as well, maybe.
That is true. I guess too, because
maybe not.
I feel like the season of life that I'm in, I just want the business running really smoothly. I want clients getting like amazing service. I want the coaches feeling they've got a career.
Yeah.
I just want to like
facilitate.
I want to facilitate everything. And then for me, I feel like if I am trying to compete or do really intense stuff, I feel like I don't have I don't want to totally get exhausted in a workout. I want to do some lat pull downs and do some core and go home. I'm more of that school of thought at the moment.
Yeah.
But so that's why I feel like with personal training, I just really love having the clients where you see an insane transformation.
Yeah.
But I guess that being said, I stopped training completely probably 3 years ago when we were moving gyms
But if you still see people getting like those things coming in and out of your gym, that's like the same thing almost,
No, for sure. I think too, because when I was training and trying to, because basically like as we grew the gym, I would paint the wall, like I would do everything. So when I was trying to do the accounting stuff, trying to paint the wall, squeezing clients in, I just kind of almost felt frustrated at clients because it's like I'd be halfway painted this wall, and then it's like, oh no,
That's exactly what led me. Like when I say my time, like for sure, it was like there's all those things that build up, and you don't realize there's this big list that you're actively working on. But then you're like, okay, pause for 7 hours while I have clients.
Yeah. So I did feel like in session sometimes like you frustrated with the person, even though totally not their fault. Yeah. It's like my poor time management or trying to do
just a lot
too many
on your
things.
Plate, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like where I'm at now, I've really been able to step back. And do you use a day planner at all? Are you like no?
No, I don't. I'm pretty
Regimented as is?
I'm pretty regimented in like playing it by ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. For here, it's like everything's.
It's pretty laid back. It seems like it's a good.
There's also
good
stuff
pace.
that like just I don't know. I think I've never been like a big planner necessarily, like hour to hour, day by day type of thing. No, other than like just booked appointments or meetings or stuff like that. But I'm not like, okay, sit down. And I've tried that. I've tried to like schedule the objectives I want to do in the day.
Yeah.
Less actual appointments. And I don't take it serious. No, I think I work better. Just like I'm so scatterbrained.
Really?
Most of the time. Not an organized scatterbrain, I guess, type of thing.
I feel like for me at the beginning of COVID, going through some of the courses that I went through, I've been using a day planner that's like, it's called the Full Focus Planner. It's the best thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm open.
It's got like basically your daily big 3, which are like the 3 most important things that you have to do. And then
that day.
Yeah. And then with the planner too, it's like you go through for the week and you set your weekly big 3. And then each day too, there's a breakdown like 6 a.m., 6:30, like the whole day.
Is that something that was prior to that you would have imagined being difficult to follow?
I think so. And honestly, I still.
For yourself?
Because I try to get my girlfriend, Vanessa, I got her one. I've gotten a bunch of the members of the team them, and I'm really trying to like force them on everyone. But even mine, I was flipping back and it's like, there's whole days that I haven't written anything in it.
But I like that, like, because what's funny is if you go look at my notepad over there, I have like 3 notepads on my desk.
Yeah.
A big one, a medium one, and a small one. It's probably the same shit that's going, like, that is that.
Yeah.
I guess this might, I got my phone out because,
it's definitely Full Focus Planner.
Can you just get, or like Amazon or something like that?
It's like you have to order it through the website, but it's cool too because it's each planner is a quarter of the year. So basically you have 4 planners for the year.
Can you do it? Is it like, can you do it with just the planner? Like at the end of the day, is it like just you and this planner?
Yeah.
It's not like,
you don't like the guy that owns the company. He's written courses and books and stuff, but
it's not like a prerequisite to like having the planner.
No, not at all. But honestly, it seems like for me, that's been really, really beneficial because even just planning.
In what you think you get more done? You cross more things off the list more efficiently?
I think absolutely. And I feel like I honestly feel like almost every entrepreneur probably has some degree of undiagnosed ADD kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I like to start a million things. And
look, man, I'll show you and I have actually speaking of it, so I have those 3 and then I have a huge whiteboard. Like I'm sure you saw it right over there.
No.
And it's like, I'll show you it and you can be like, oh yeah, this is like basically that planner. I'm sure organizes all that. So you can like not, yeah.
I find just keeping it on, because literally mine, like I write, wake up, like read basically everything throughout the day that I need to do. I think too, I haven't read, I think I started the audiobook of one of those Jocko Willink things, but his one quote, how it's like discipline equals freedom. Because it does seem like even though having a strict schedule feels like you're trapped in, you just get more done because you actually have all the stuff sort of accounted for every like for me that's
I
been
get
a
that
huge,
that resonates with me for sure.
It's been that was one of the things during the lockdowns and stuff, just
you got
really trying to
were you like fuck it, I'm just gonna try this, or are you type of the guy that had like notepads and stuff like that with like scribbled all over and stuff like that?
I feel like honestly before I guess we use Google Calendar at the gym for a lot of stuff, so like I'll schedule appointments, or Sarah, my business partner,
but
will
it's
like,
not the same, right? Like it's not as like
the physical is
I'm
great.
physical too. It's like
it honestly
you'll
felt
laugh
like
when you see my setup over there, like it's like oh yeah totally.
I feel like honestly before COVID, before everything, it just feels like, because with our gym, it's like there's so many staff, so many members, so many things that it just felt like before it was almost like constantly just putting out fires, like this thing needs my attention, this thing, and it didn't feel like I could plan almost, just because there's always.
Maybe that's where I'm at right now, because not that I was fires, but it's like I just kind of explained that. Yeah. Maybe that was like, it's not that I can't plan, but I just feel like there's so much on the go, like
just so much changes.
Oh, go do this. Oh, now I'm vacuuming. It's like, what, I came down here to do something else. Like, what did I do? Oh, someone's in the store. Vacuum stays there.
Yeah.
Like, it's like now I,
100%.
Huh. I'm gonna look into that again. I know I've said this. You're gonna laugh when you see my setup.
I'm excited to see it. That's why I feel like, because even listening to you and Corey too. Sorry, it's about that. Corey's a cool guy.
Yeah,
I did a workout with him before the last lockdown.
Did you know him way back, or just know him from?
I feel like
gym owners.
Gym owners kind of know of.
Do you know a lot of other gym owners though?
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like we would benefit from like putting our heads together a lot more. I know a ton of them. I feel like before,
like, because I know you and Corey.
Yeah,
and that's probably it. Like, I don't know. That might be rude to say. But I don't know. Like, I think it goes back to being that type of person that maybe me and you are.
Yeah,
and like,
I feel
your
like a lot
gym
of them
might force you to like get out in the community more. Like, I don't not force you, but you guys might just be better at getting out in the community more. Like, you remember? It was funny because the one thing I thought it was. Remember that event in the parking lot over by the Hercs?
Oh, right? Yeah, the deadlift thing.
I don't know. That was
that was
but like
cool. Stuff
like that. And so gym owners, did you know, like, just from gym to gym? Because I don't, like, I've never had like.
I feel like a lot. Like, I feel like lots of, at least like the CrossFit style gyms, I feel like we all know of each other. I think even a huge thing that shifted for me during all the COVID stuff and the stuff that I've been reading is just getting out of kind of like a scarcity mindset. Because I feel like, at least before COVID, probably a couple of years before, but just being like not wanting to give our secret sauce to anybody or not wanting anybody else to know like what we're doing, because we didn't want them to copy, because we didn't want them to like steal our members. But I think London's huge. There's so many people that need gyms, that
and it's that community.
Like
people, if you are good and respectful and a good human, that's like, that means a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like even for the members, it's like if you resonate better with somewhere else, then please go. Like, I don't want you to feel trapped.
Exactly. That's why even members, I'm like, I don't try it for a little. I want you to be here. I want you to want to be here. And if at any point you feel like this is not for you, like, I have no hard feelings, and I get that for sure. And even with clients and like anything, it's like you're focusing on the wrong things if you're like fighting to keep people. Just produce a good product and be respectful, and like it should speak for itself.
That's why, at least for me, and I think maybe with some gym owners, they don't really want to hang out because it's like you don't want to. But I feel like after COVID, now we've all seen that. I don't know. It just feels like the tide is kind of shifting, and I feel like we could get all the meeting of the families.
Seriously,
this big table.
If you know, like, because I don't even know those people. Like,
I know,
get a few together. Like, we can even like me, you, Corey, and like 5 would, or like, I got to get another mic, but who?
Well, I feel like Sarah's coming on next week or something. She'll be good, but there's honestly a ton. I feel like even just reaching out to them, I feel like we could get.
Yeah.
I need to learn to golf, and then we could just do, because I feel like they all golf except for me. True. I feel like all you guys are.
I don't even. Who else are you referring to though? Like, you know what I mean? I'm so. Why do I?
I guess. Do you know Movement Strength at all? No. Downtown, I think they've 3 or 4 different owners that place there.
I know. Again,
Isaac.
I do know it, but I've probably talked to them on like Instagram or something for a second, but that's about it. I've never like formally met or like talked business or like not talked or golfed or anything really with any of them. Like,
I feel like it would be helpful to all of us to like, because I feel like we've all had the same struggles, and we could learn.
If you're still here and like progressing as a business, it would only make sense. And then if anything, it would just be in a different way that gives us all different, cooler perspective.
Exactly. We'll do it.
Honestly, why not? Like,
I've been saying it for months. I feel like trying to get
it doesn't even have to be like on
Yeah.
podcasts. Like
True.
we could just all come and play poker one night, or watch a when's the next like big CrossFit event?
I don't even know.
No, you know what? We just watch something that's like none of us have any.
I feel like we just got to talk. We can't even watch.
True,
We
it's not
got
even
to.
about it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we didn't definitely set that up. I mean, like this is what it's for. I'll even put that on you.
Yeah, we'll put the feelers out there.
Like even let's like create a group.
That's a good
Like
idea.
even like WhatsApp. You use WhatsApp?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, whatever. Some sort of group that why not? Right? Like,
Do you guys use Slack for anything?
never
Have you
heard of that?
No. There's a couple, because I feel like with COVID, a bunch of like different ones just to kind of like,
Bring people together.
I think lots are like Ontario wide, or just with the different legislation, like gyms kind of
Industry wise, like really?
just kind of people coming together that way. But I feel like having
Yeah,
just
but I don't-
London
yeah, I
specifically
want, like,
would be cool.
6 guys were like, or not. Sorry, not necessarily guys.
6 people.
Gym owners, or like 20, as many gym owners as possible. But
Yeah.
it's like a texting one-on-one, like
That would be
like
really
a
cool.
friends group chat type of thing.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I mean, and then if someone doesn't, I mean, whoever's doesn't gel,
Yeah.
just kind of exit themselves, I guess, or one way or another.
Yeah.
Or maybe, there's going to be that one person in there that's just like low key trying to get everyone's secrets.
True.
So we got to have some sort of like, it's got to be worth it. We have some sort of like initiation thing.
Yeah, everybody's got to give one of their best secrets.
Yeah. One month's, that's funny.
I like it.
Definitely can. Do you do anything like business wise or like not business hobby wise, like outside of the gym? I asked Corey that too, but like
I guess
business projects, even I'm curious about like.
I guess I've in the past couple of years done a ton of different like mentorship kind of like not me mentoring people, but like different fitness kind of mentor type thing. So I guess that's totally business related, but love that. Just I feel like
business like for me, I don't necessarily like maybe because do you always see yourself as like for me, I would like to evolve into like something that the gym is one part of the portfolio,
yeah,
type of thing.
that
Are you like all gym, or do you see yourself like what's next, or like not next, but like what can I add to like I don't know. Do you have any other business like obscure like things that are like cool, interesting to you?
because to me, honestly, I love to travel. That's like my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I guess right now it's not really feasible or
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense. But
yeah,
to me,
being able to
'cause-
do that type.
honestly, I guess I want to just get the gym totally running. Like, because for me too, it's like all the COVID stuff is just
Yeah,
we haven't grown. Like things
Yeah.
are fine.
Pause,
like things
yeah.
are okay. But I just really want to build like the best product and just
Yeah.
make it exactly what I want. And it feels like this is a 6-year project
Yeah.
that isn't quite where I want it yet. So I would say probably like 18 months, 2 years. That's pretty much the whole focus. And then my girlfriend, Vanessa, she currently works for the school board. But I'm really, really trying to get her she loves food. She's an amazing cook. She just went through like a nutrition coaching program. So I really, really want to help her launch some sort of like online food.
does she want to?
She does.
Hesitant?
I feel like a little bit hesitant. I think, she's working towards it for sure. Because
Is
honestly,
like she the opposite of you? Like, are you like? Oh no, because you said even at the beginning, like, are you like a fuck it? I'm gonna do it and it'll work itself out in a responsible way. Like
that's
that's what I'm like, and I say that because like Jade's like different, right? Like
Yeah.
she needed to see like even coming to the gym full time, like being here
Yeah.
as a career versus like what she was doing took a lot, and like it's just not her personality to just like say fuck it, I'm going over here. Like
Yeah.
is she the opposite of you in that sense, or like
I
maybe
think
somewhere in the middle?
to a certain degree, I think for sure that is because Sarah, my business partner, that was one of our like biggest strengths. I feel like that's the only reason the gym got to where it was, that we're both kind of like,
let's just do it, and it'll
just do
work
it
hard enough, and it'll work itself out.
Yeah. Because I think really for me, like getting the gym running, and then I feel like with Vanessa helping her launch something, and then I feel like some sort of online, because to me it feels like if I can get the gym running as smooth as I want it to, I would love to help other gym owners get their gym, because
no, that's what I mean is like, even like some like, so even fitness consulting type of thing like that, or gym management consulting or whatever. I don't, you know, mean consulting in the sense of an actual profession, but I
feel like something like that, because I just really want to be able to do something remotely that I can keep working and travel, because honestly that's my number one thing I would love to go to.
So there you go. Yeah, that's kind of answers my question. Yeah,
I feel like there's so many gym consultants though. You probably get a million friend requests a week.
Maybe I don't like. I haven't. Maybe I wouldn't even know if I do.
I feel like it's such an important thing though, because I don't think very many business people start gyms. I feel like it's people that love fitness start gyms, and then you have to become a business person, which isn't kind of natural to us, or at least wasn't to me.
Yeah, I get that for sure. I think because I wouldn't consider myself like, I didn't do that. I was like very step one. Like when I opened this gym, it was like, luckily I had 5 trainers that were like willing to come on board and pay rent. And I was like, I'm not really doing anything. I was at Flamin at the time working, like it was just Flamin? You guys get anything from there ever?
I think we got the blue sled. That's the only thing we got.
The progression. So I was like, okay, right away, if you can make a trainer's hourly wage, that's good. So I was like, the next progression for me will be get this space, fuck it, work it, figure it out. So I had the rent, and I paid the same rent, and I just split the bills by 7, and everyone, covered the rent that way. But I wasn't like a diehard trainer, saying I want to open a gym so I can train my clients out of. Like you're saying, I get that makes sense. So maybe I'm lucky where I had enough of, I was kind of more 60 business, 40%, enough in fitness to kind of like,
that makes sense.
Part of my path, I guess.
Did you have any like business, like, did you go to school for anything?
I took business in Fanshawe.
Oh, really?
I have half of it.
Yeah. Beforehand?
Yeah.
Oh,
but like,
nice.
So I was in Windsor.
Yeah.
And then I did like I was going to do like a pre-health thing there for a year, like at St. Clair in Windsor.
Yeah.
Did that. I was like, always kind of knew I wanted to get out. So I came to London. School, did like half-assed half of school. Yeah. And then I was like, this is, I don't want to do this. So then I worked 4 jobs, Easy Home, Cobra, whatever and whatever.
That's so funny. I think I had 4 jobs at
probably
the
same time. And then we probably worked somewhere else together. We don't even realize it. And I worked those, school. And you did like, no, I didn't get anything out of school. I don't think school prepared me in any way for you find the accounting. No, I didn't draw any like skills that I learned from. It was all like just obsession, ADD, business. Like I was like, if I just write down everything, like I'm talking literally like, money in, money out. If I just always keep track of this, what else do I like, I wasn't trying to like be the most efficient, do like the stuff the right way necessarily. Just if I put everything and I was responsible in the way I thought I could be. Yeah. And but I don't know. I didn't, nothing of like accounting class in Fanshawe got me over to, I think if anything, I would have just been in the gym or business opening something 2 years or a year and a half earlier.
Really?
Yeah. Cause I was, when I opened the gym, I was 22.
Yeah.
23. I just turned 30.
I just turned 32, which is crazy.
Yeah, so not that different. Yeah. Like, but I was 20, so
I guess I was 24 then?
Yeah.
22?
Yeah. Like, so that's like, people probably thought I was insane, I guess.
I feel like that seems like the common denominator with people that start their own things. I feel like you have to kind of.
I was like, you know what? I was like, again, I was pretty lucky to have a good group of trainers. I mean, a good group of supportive trainers that were like, I went into this venture with knowing my bills were covered. And it's like, that right there is for someone starting out is 90% of the battle is like covering the bills and like, making sure the financial end of it works. It's like if I right away open the door, I know I'm, relatively good. Obviously, at any time, 3 trainers could leave. And
did you run into some?
No, honestly,
did you have
I got
hiccups?
super lucky. I have like
most of them are
There's still a lot of them are still here. It was the size of the facility is perfect, where you can easily fit enough people, where it's still pretty,
it doesn't feel like there's people
or
on
anything
top
like that. So it was always scaling. When I moved in, I already had that covered. And then, scaling in, I already have the covered. Moving to the last part of the gym, it's just going to be a bonus for everyone. I might take on a few more members. Yeah. Go from like 50 to like 75 because of the additional space. But it's not like, okay, when this place opens, I need 100 more members to make it work or like make it worth it. At this point, it's just like, it's going to be cool because it's just added value for everyone without, again, lots of stress or anything like that. The store, it was already like...
That is so fortunate. I feel like we grew pretty responsibly. When we moved to where we are now, I think it was a bit of a leap of faith. And definitely, I think with COVID, it kind of... Yeah. Because we were on a pretty good upswing. I think
I think that if I had more... I would dig myself into deeper hole. Like... I'm willing to take a much bigger risk than I was, I luckily had to take. Yeah. So it's like, good thing I'm not like, there's not a building next door, because tomorrow or a year ago, I'd be like, I want it. Like, even the little house next door was up for sale. And I was like, let's just get it. Like, let's buy it. Let's put a little wellness thing in there or whatever. Who cares? I'll get it and then figure out what to put in there. And I feel like if someone was, it's just, you gotta put one foot in front of the other and stuff happens. Because if
you just gotta
I was on that one part of it and all of a sudden this all came open, I'd be like, it would be a different story. And again, my situation with the owner of the building, it's like, it's super fortunate. So I don't know. It's 20. Yeah, it is still, I don't know. I was like, I'm young. If this fails, then I'm in the same position I am right now.
Exactly. So, I feel like, especially living in Canada of all places, it's like really you almost can't fail, so you might as well
especially when try. You're there, and like not, it's different. I guess we have family and stuff like that, but everything happens in the way it's supposed to happen, I guess.
Yeah, I totally believe that. Do you do any of your notebooks? Do you do any like gratitude kind of thing? Is that a part of your no? Like
what do you mean by gratitude?
I guess
like I'm thankful for, or no, tell me.
I guess really just that, because that seems in lots of like the business things I've been reading, or like any of the self-help kind of things, just talking about the importance of like reflecting and being great. Like I feel like we're both super honestly, thankful and fortunate for what we...
I'm even ironically, since the past week happened and like being able to like not be here and like, aside from it getting vacuumed a little less and like this, it's like, holy shit, like it's working. Yeah. So I'm either way, like I don't know. I wonder if like, consciously writing it down and stuff like that would be beneficial. I'm sure it would, inevitably it would, but I'm like super humble in what I realize how lucky I've been in the situations. And
I feel like that's one of the keys.
It's hard work, but I'm very, aware of like being thankful for the situation. I probably even project that too much to people, not in a negative way, just like I'm very like optimistic in a way that's like can maybe be annoying sometimes.
If people are annoyed by your optimism, I feel like they've got bigger.
It's like, maybe it's like less, it's more of like I don't think, fuck it, it'll be fine. Like, we'll figure it out. Who cares? Type of thing, It's like, well, you guys, anyways.
No, that's awesome. That's
But so what?
definitely-
Writing stuff down, like is it all in the book I'm gonna get?
Well, so
Or is that
Vanessa got us. She got us. It's called like the 5
gotta
minute
get a
journal.
different one
It's
now.
another thing. I don't have any affiliate links or anything. I honestly, I don't love because the thing she got. It's like each morning you write 3 things you're grateful for, and then like 3 things that would make the day awesome, like if they happened, and then at the end of the day you write like the 3 highlights of the day and 1 thing you learned. To me, it feels like too structured, and I don't love it, but I don't know, because I find for me, most of my life have been super optimistic, and it felt like the past couple lockdowns, because for me, I'm such a like, I need a routine, I need a schedule, and every time we would shut down and reopen, like
flipped.
my schedule would change. That's why I'm honestly so thankful for Showtime, because I think honestly in the 3 months that I've been training here, I've been the most consistent that I have been in literal years.
Like
which,
workout wise?
Which
cool.
that's helped tremendously. So thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah. That's again, that's the environment. I think a lot of people that's it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people, like the members, it's keeping it small and blah blah blah. That kind of are able to keep that. I mean, it comes down to the person, but
yeah.
So asking how, like, did you guys, I don't know, I think it's kind of okay to talk about, did you guys shut down? Did you guys did you have any visits from bylaw? I'm always curious on that.
We had one, because we were open, I think not the last lockdown, we were totally shut, the one before.
Because, right, like it's true, like you guys would have a much harder time operating than us here, say.
Well, I feel like too, we have close to 200 members, which it's really tough, because like half of them are like super COVID scared, super like you need to follow everything, and then the other half are like,
I'm in. I don't care. Let me in.
We're all adults. Like do it. So it's really hard to kind of walk that
totally, and that comes
line.
back to like me being able to make 50 individual phone calls, and lucky that's what. So so that's it is how it is harder for you guys, almost impossible for you guys, like please everyone by like kind of picking and choosing what to do versus just. Because even when we did, like, you know, bylaw would come by and we'd be like, okay, everyone, let's shut it down for a couple days or whatever. It's like those couple days were thank God we're like shut down, right? Like, not thank God, but it's like a little weight lifted off your shoulders. I don't know if you felt that, because you probably weren't like on guard as much as I was in the sense of being open.
Yeah, I guess that's true, because we like the one time we were open, we were doing like the doctor's note thing that I don't know if you guys knew much about that, but there was like a big court case where a gym in Kitchener, they had won basically
that
against
argument?
The health board or whatever, just saying that if people could get a note from a doctor saying that they need it for their mental health, their physical health, their injuries, whatever, then people could still come. And also, like, we have a 12,000 square foot gym. It's wide open.
Sure.
There's tons of room. To me, it feels like letting people get out of the routine, have them stay home.
Oh, we don't have to go down that rabbit hole. That's like,
feels like I'm failing
for sure.
them,
Exactly. And
which,
again, super grateful I'm able to like, kind of offer anyways. Yeah.
So I think like, we were totally closed when we had to be closed. The one time we had been running with the doctor's notes,
and they came by.
They came and were like, "You have 3 hours to close, or it's like $100,000 fine."
That was probably the same day they came here, because they went to a bunch that day.
Yeah,
like that's when those other guys. Oh my god! I guess I know them. Pete.
Oh, rep room.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
There you go. See, now I know. See, I'm probably offending people out of like I don't know anyone else. They're like, hey, asshole, we're friends. Like,
I guess them in West London CrossFit, they had like partnered on doing their own sort of lawsuit. We were kind of considering.
It's so hard for you guys though, because like you don't have like I can still play the like private, hide and seek type of thing, right? True. Whereas you guys are just out there. It's so hard for you guys to.
It's just so frustrating for the member. Like honestly, to me at the end of the day, because everybody's like, "Oh, just do Zoom." Like to tell somebody to do Zoom if they have like 3 kids at home, they're trying to homeschool, they don't have a space for it. Like it's just not like sure you can say do it, but
Yeah, no.
these people want to go somewhere that's outside of their house. They want to be with other people that like,
Yeah.
to me, I don't know. To me, that was the most frustrating thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I really kind of almost lost a bunch of my optimism over.
Yeah. I can
COVID.
only imagine, man. I that's why I'm just super. I was, going to get equipment from all these places that were closing down. It's like, man, like, oh, we're closing. How are you doing? I'm like, oh, how you like kind of deflect the question because
Yeah.
your hands are tied, especially for your members. And then, it's.
That to me is the most heartbreaking thing. The amount of places that did close, like,
Yeah.
well, because that's what I think with gyms like mine or like lots of these independent gyms. I feel like if the gym closes, the likelihood that your members will find another place that they like
Mesh
resonate with,
yeah.
they might never find a
Especially
place
if they've
again.
invested the time, like even here, like because it's intimate enough where like I'm sure you're someone who's super comfortable in the gym, super comfortable with people, business owner. Like I don't know, I'm maybe putting words in your mouth, but it's got to be a little bit. Not necessarily, maybe intimidating is an easy word to use, but like coming into such an intimate setting here. Or no, like were you kind of like that, or you're like, oh, I guess you're open-minded enough that it didn't necessarily.
I feel like for me, I'm totally comfortable. I feel like Vanessa. I feel like she wasn't sort of intimidated, but I feel like because some of the
You just got to get your feet wet in the different in the whole.
And I feel like just because
setup.
some of the members are like so fit that it's kind of like not scary, but just they're.
But it's like there's that,
and they're also nice.
The
though.
complete, and then the other members are like the complete opposite. The people that just aren't, maybe not necessarily aren't,
Yeah.
but are just want private in there by themselves type of thing. And
Yeah. I feel like
but the commonality is the same. Like as
Yeah.
far as like the environment, that kind of comes down to like why I want people to know what they're in for.
Yeah.
And then it just so happens that it's built for COVID and kind of
it's super fortunate.
setup that would be geared towards like, what would people slowly start to. Are you guys finding have you guys get big spikes after them, or is it just a matter of like them?
Like lockdowns?
Yeah. Or is it like getting people back in?
I guess people.
That's kind of a completely switched direction, but
Oh no, I guess members they're always like super super eager to get back in the building.
so your members what's a member there? Can you just come in whenever you want to work out?
Well, so because we have members that work just with personal trainers or like people that are members of the class, or I guess we call it group fitness. So basically people pay like a monthly, I guess we do our billing weekly actually, but people come, you have like 3-5 unlimited like visits you can make. We have some open gym time throughout the day, but the majority of it is like you come to an hour long.
And is that just because like if it were up to you, would you have more like, or is it just time? There's better time spent on better things than just like open gym time.
I guess to me,
I guess you'd be able to feel more, be more productive as a business, profitable, like having that hourly thing versus, or like,
I feel like too, people just get like, because I feel like we're such a big facility that us doing open gym, we're trying to compete with like Good Life or like it's just not.
Yeah, okay,
I feel like
sure.
this setting is a completely different.
Yeah, totally.
setting.
There you go. That gives me a perspective for sure that I didn't even think of. Yeah.
And I think too, because like membership wise, like people can go pay $20 a month
it's
at
still just
fit for less. That it just doesn't make sense. And I feel like too with ours, since it is sort of like instructed, people, if you're not motivated by yourself, if you don't know what to do, people get way, way better results than just going to Fit for Less with
I
no
agree.
trainer.
I agree. I guess, I agree too, for sure. Because
I guess we
people
also
provide the service. You provide,
Yeah, it's honestly just a totally different animal. Because like we use an app where people log their results for the day, and it's like other members can comment on your, like people
Is
can
that
give you
your
a fist
own
bump.
app?
No, it's one called Sugar Wad. It's made for CrossFit basically.
Oh, cool.
But so every member at the beginning of the day can see what the workout's going to be. They can
Oh, sweet.
like record how much weight they lifted.
Do you guys for like the workouts? Is it so someone will input those in that app?
Yeah, so we pay for a bunch of different apps. Like there's one that people book classes through. It's owned by the same company, so they're becoming one app.
Yeah.
But then basically our head coach puts the workout in. She
Yeah.
also every day records a like 5-minute little audio message where it's like, this is the
Cool.
workout today. This is how you should approach it. So I feel like that kind of stuff sort of differentiates us from
Yeah, big time.
the open gym. And I feel like just by having that app, it kind of helps the community because people,
Yeah, for sure.
you can leave little like GIF
Yeah.
comments on people's things. So like you can give them a cool fist bump. Or,
Yeah, it's a lot more interactive for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys ever would you ever want multiple gyms?
We were like this close to signing a lease for a place in St. Thomas. And I think because at the time we thought our gym was running really smoothly. We thought we had it all figured out. I think honestly, if it had have gone through, we probably would have went out of business.
Really?
So we're really lucky that it didn't happen. Right now though, the team we've got, I feel like we just need to perfect the model. And
That's
then,
like here. I have enough room that to like, I find that like you always think it's good until something else like shows that how much it'll improve your systems and, productivity and gym that I could probably double that before I'd even entertain another space. Or then it's like even then invest more in this space so that but there's like definitely a appeal to have multiple facilities and stuff like that.
I feel like then again you can just help more people because I feel like geographically like people that live way east probably would never want to come here or way to West London. That's one because do you know Hybrid or Full Send? Because 2 gyms in London just combined.
No, I know Hybrid. I live by, I don't know them, no, but I lived by the other one, the one that was on Hyde Park.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, ooh, like CrossFit gyms are super appealing to me as far as like just the aesthetics of it. And like maybe you can see that. I don't know. Not really. I mean, our gyms, what am I saying? It's not built like that at all. But I like the cleanliness, the style of it. It's cool. Obviously, I'd tweak it and, to not be, but
because two like one CrossFit gym in London just moved inside of their gym, so it's 2 gyms in one.
So which one? Their new building on
So
Oxford and Wonderland?
Now there's 2 different businesses under one roof, which I think is really cool.
I'm like super jealous of their build. Like I'm like a building guy, like in the sense that building, I was like, fuck, I'd drop everything here. I wouldn't. And go to
I feel
that.
like this has so much character.
It does. This
is
again, that's what's lucky about. That's what keeps it interesting for me is because it is so unique. But it satisfies that like unique facility. But when I see a nice brand new building like theirs with all the windows and everything, I'm like, that's super sweet. So 2 gyms. What's the other one? What's the one that moved in there?
The one's called Full Send. It's another CrossFit gym. They were on Warncliffe and they've moved in there. But that got me thinking. I feel like maybe one day we should open a facility that's OEV Showtime. You do the open gym. We'll do the CrossFit.
I would.
Yeah,
you never know for sure.
To me, things like that just seem so like because instead of trying to learn every different business, just like become a transformer.
We'll see.
And like
give those guys a year. See if they end up in like a lawsuit or something like that. And if not, then like maybe we'll just like. So, are they? Do they work independently, or they complement each other, or is it like, or was one going out and they're like, this is their last? I
don't totally know the setup.
I never.
I feel like they're pretty complementary businesses though, but I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
that building's awesome back there though.
It is.
That
cool.
ghost kitchen is back there too.
Oh, there's one of those.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a couple of those places.
What are they? They're like.
It's like a weird kind of Uber Eats kind of like, I think it's like they make the food of some like taco restaurant. I think they make the food of like 3 different fast food restaurants, but it's like one place.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of weird. There's right where we live too, they just opened a Skip the Dishes variety store, but it's like only for Skip the Dishes, and it's just like you can't go into it.
Interesting.
It's just shelves and shelves of like potato chips, chocolate bars, and like you can order on Skip the Dishes.
Interesting.
I feel like it's interesting.
I get that. Well,
I feel like for small business,
are
it's
you
not.
are you a Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes guy?
Not at all.
Oh my god,
I'm so lucky.
So,
Vanessa,
we do
loves to
have
cook.
one thing not in common.
Really?
Oh man, I could keep that store afloat.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I've definitely. I feel like since COVID, my spending habits have. I've
Yeah.
I've become a little more frugal, but I think also I'm so lucky. Vanessa loves to cook, and
Yeah.
I literally haven't cooked in a year and a
Really?
half,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is I'm
I
super
just find,
blessed.
I don't know. I've gotten into those habits. Maybe when like a good week for me, I'd be like, okay, I'm only gonna do. I don't want to say this. I'm only gonna Uber Eats once today.
Once today. Oh man.
But like, because if I go, and it's
guess if
all
you're
like
here, too.
decent food. You're right. Like,
And I feel
it's
like with
good,
kids,
high
too.
quality food. It's not that I'm like eating
McDonald's
all day.
I guess that's true.
I've actually probably come to like be my demise is now I'm used to like here,
Yeah.
at lunch every day.
Especially if
Right?
you're
It's like, and
True.
it's so easy and it's good and I don't know. It's terrible. One of my goals on my
one of
planner
the
will be
notebooks.
not once it would be like only 3 times this week.
That would be good. The other thing too with that though, I feel like because I've got a couple friends who own restaurants, and I think Uber Eats it almost like for at least small restaurants, I think takes most of the like because I think they pay like 20% or something to.
You don't think it's like really? I was hoping it was balanced out by now.
I feel like it's
You
up
think
to
restaurants
the.
are still like fuck Uber Eats order.
I guess it depends on the restaurant because I think restaurants in general just they run such a like small profit.
Yeah,
margin.
and that's why at the beginning I was like I would always not always, but I would feel bad ordering Uber Eats.
Yeah.
I guess now I hope that. But like no, mate, man, these guys just charge me more. They just up their prices on their lists.
I guess maybe
like if it is if
Really?
you, like a dish that's like $15.99 at the restaurant will be like $18.99 on
Okay.
Uber Eats.
Okay, good.
Good. I
As
don't
long as
care
small
either. Like
business is
I'm like
doing
okay,
okay.
perfect. At least they like figured it out. Versus
I guess that
like,
makes sense. No,
well,
that's
it
like-
might have taken them like I'm sure it's powerful though. If they're like, why not try and capitalize on all the business versus just being sour about it for
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure a bunch of restaurant owners would be like, no, you're completely wrong. It's
I
gonna
feel like
put us
that's-
out of business.
I couldn't imagine that. To me, seems like the toughest business. I couldn't imagine
Not a fan. Yeah.
keeping ingredients, making like things that go bad.
Just to like, get a small profit margin.
I feel like
you know.
gyms are it's a lot of work, but it feels like just such a.
Yeah,
So, like there's so few moving parts.
Outside of that, people would. I think gyms are like notorious for open close.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like again because we all started just because we like fitness and have no idea how to run a business.
Yeah. But we all made it work or are making it work. Like I was. I guess maybe that's just the messages, not like literally speaking messages, but like the messages you get from people like, oh, gyms, like there's so many closing all the time.
I feel like it is true because I feel like they are somewhat easy to start, but if you don't know how to run a business, I feel like
it goes back to what you're saying about like if you're just a fitness person, your gym's gonna go under. Not for sure, but like you need to develop or have someone on your team that's business oriented.
Yeah.
In order to kind of keep it strong, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like
don't
we've
know.
learned so many lessons, especially even just having a team of because we had trainers that sort of rented and stuff, and now we probably have like 17 people like in total.
That's
on
like
the
man,
team.
that's the same. But I have 0. Like it's me.
Yeah, I feel like that's so much easier.
Yeah, it goes to your structure, I guess. Like if I didn't, like my objective was rent based at the beginning.
Yeah,
So
I feel like they all like there's
I guess
pros and cons to.
I've come and go. Yeah, but you guys do have like I think much bigger operations in the sense of like needing that team and
yeah,
stuff. I guess because I was never like big fitness, and like I was never trying to get into the fitness business necessarily. I wanted to keep that as simple as possible, meaning rent.
Yeah.
If I would have like started to, have 5 trainers under Showtime at the beginning, I'd be where I guess I would probably have like 10 trainers on the team and all this. And I guess it still is, but I'm sure that would have been more, I think that's the more lucrative way to go.
I feel like listening to Corey, and I feel like having people rent, it sounds, because then it's just like you get the money, you don't have to worry almost about anything. Whereas
I think it all depends on how it fits the puzzle pieces of your facility.
Yeah.
Like if I only had room for X amount of trainers and had to charge, like, luckily I can get enough trainers in there where it makes sense to me and it's a fair rate.
Yeah.
If I could only get 5 trainers in there and they had to pay $2,000 each, it would not be feasible for them.
No, that makes sense.
So luckily, yeah, or if I needed to have 15 trainers in order to like cover rent, you're not going to get 15 trainers renting space.
True.
Like that's, just getting however many we have here, 9 is lucky because we had a good group of those were like from the very beginning.
Yeah, no, that's true. I feel like now too, because even like Vanessa, who works in a school, like literally every kid, their like ideal profession is being a YouTuber, and it seems like even like I feel like I'm aging myself, but it seems like lots of trainers nowadays just want to become like an like everybody just people don't want to.
I feel like let them though, like kind of as long as you're not, it doesn't. None of my guys are any of the trainers here aren't like, they're using it as a tool, but those people they go and then they'll end up sinking. Maybe not. I mean, I'm sure a few, like,
I feel like how many some of them definitely make it, but it just seems like
what's the measure of make it?
True.
Like they have 100,000 followers.
Yeah. It just seems like because I feel like when you were saying like we both had 4 jobs, it feels like people these days just don't have. Yeah. People just don't want to work.
And no one will you're doing painting the walls between clients and all this. It's like none of that. That's the fun stuff. That's like, if I do this, I'll be fine because I'm willing to like do all this shit. Hold on one sec.
Did we lose the battery? What does that mean? How long has it been? Do we even know?
Yeah. Here, let me just slide this on.
Grab my water super quick.
It's funny because I was just going to say that.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear. I used to have that camera. That's a good one.
Yeah, I do like this one.
Do you do much editing? Do you have to?
No, honestly. So for these, I literally just take it. The audio comes off onto hard drive, and then I get the audio, video. I don't edit them at all. Like really? This one, that hopefully that worked. I don't know though, because when that dies, does that save?
Oh, it should. I feel like it should. I feel like that would be a terrible mistake on their part if it doesn't. It's got it.
That was an hour. So that battery from full lasted an hour, and we're at an hour and a half.
You should get, because you can get the dummy battery thing.
It didn't work though.
Oh, really?
I've tried it. And it wouldn't let me record. Like, so I kept getting errors. I have a dummy battery. It's actually like right there. And it would record for like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And then stop recording. And then sometimes it'd be 30 seconds, sometimes it'd be 30 seconds, and then as soon as I put in the regular battery again, I didn't have that issue. So I was like, really? This is like, I don't want any like what ifs type of thing. Cause I don't know, but I think that might have, we'll see. I know I was just thinking that too, but it's fine. I mean,
that's what I used to have that camera, but I feel like I never figured out how to properly use it. I feel like there's just so many settings.
Even this, like, so no, I literally sync the audio video and it's done.
Yeah.
The audio goes on Spotify the audio video goes on YouTube, and then I'll like get a few. I pull out like a few clips maybe.
Yeah,
but other than that, it's.
I like it.
What
do you use to edit? What's your
Premiere?
Nice.
It's like pull in the audio, pull in the video.
Does it sync it up automatically?
It's like you mute the video, you mute the audio from the camera, and then it's a synchronize option on.
That's
and
so
it's like
nice.
done, yeah, and that's it. So I like hardly edit it, but
that's pretty ideal.
we'll see how this one goes.
I forget what we were saying. It was something about being fitness influencers. I forget.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. You got anything?
Do you, because you had asked if I had any sort of like hobbies or other businesses. Do you have anything that you
like? I have a CBD business.
How is that going?
It's going like it's we spent the last like couple years like really not too during COVID like getting we sell it in the store. It's in HQCo. It's got like it's up and running, like has been, it's online and everything. And
nice.
We got it to our main objective was to get it to a point where the boxes and everything was like, it has all like registered NPN numbers and stuff like that. The boxes are spec'd out to be approved by everyone. So
cool.
Because it's still like, we're not in the dispensaries. It's still technically kind of like gray area.
Really?
Our objective was like, let's just get this absolutely perfected as far as needed specs.
Yeah.
So that when the floodgates open for, CBD to be on shelves in the big stores, we were ready and like had background of, sales and blah, blah, blah. So it's a long-term thing for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Yeah, I don't know. Like this year, I really want to get real estate and like go down that route and like.
Yeah.
More or less why I asked that question to you is because once I find that like I can put in time and like I'll never stop improving the gym and stuff like that. But I want to kind of, like I said, have the gym be one of like
a few portfolio kind of things.
Yeah. So nothing like, I don't know, weird. Like I'm always like, there's always like could be some obscure thing that's, a side business or like interests or, again, if you could just like, have the business run, fuck off, and travel. That'd be like traveling would be awesome. But odd business, like no, like I said, the CBD. I don't know. We had the store downstairs. That's kind of all within the same thing, anyways.
I feel like that is pretty ideal though. If you can have like multiple things that kind of complement each other.
Yeah, 2000 this year will be hoping to like kind of getting my feet wet into like some sort of investment properties or commercial or maybe not residential. Well, probably residential, but I want to buy this building. Like the owner of this building, he's super, super, super supportive. And at this point in time, it's probably better for me I'm probably in a better position leasing. Yeah. Especially with him. It's like, there's nothing that's like set you take care of and I take care of. Like all the improvements around here that I wanted to do, and I just do them and pay for them and, and then he'll, do something and not necessarily return, but it's kind of like noted. And
that's really cool.
So I've been like slow playing, long playing. Hey, when do I get this building? When can I buy this building off you? When can I buy this building off you? And he's kind of like, at first he was like, I'll never sell. No, nope. But he didn't take it serious. And then,
I feel like as he sees how much love you put into it
his life changes and stuff like that. People's like, there might be just one day where he's like, and it's gone. You want it type of thing.
Yeah.
And like, that might not happen for another 10 years. Again, I'm right now, I'd be reluctant to buy it, but I'd have to. Like, I would never pass it up. But I'm in a perfect situation now. So, assuming that's not going to happen, that's my next, I think, thing is like some sort of real estate.
That would be cool. I feel like I wish I knew more about that. I feel like
I don't really even know, it's like, that's why I think smart enough to know you don't know everything. You just gotta like take your time and learn versus like getting all into it and just thinking you're gonna just.
And I feel like it's who you know too. Yeah. It's definitely Do you do any stuff with Dave? Like, do you do some of the stock stuff at all?
It's hard. I some of that stuff, even like the crypto and all that. It's such a big learning curve, and like especially with the stock, trades. Like I did until I realized that I can't be sitting in front of my computer from 9 till, noon every day.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't. Other things are falling behind.
True.
Or whatever. So no, not really. I dip my feet in it here and there and, do have stuff, but
yeah, it's never really interested me. What with the investing is your like main goal? Do you have like, you want to hit a specific number? Or you just want,
no, I'm not even there yet to like, I
feel like I'm just so simple. I feel like I don't need a fancy car. I don't need a super, I want like a tiny shipping container house. That's like
I would be like,
ideal thing.
I'm very much like, that's super. I watch these tiny house things and I'm like, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But then I see this, like, me personally, I don't know. I don't mind getting things that I want, for sure. But like, I would love a property outside the city. Doesn't even matter. I don't even give a shit about, it could be just all you need as far as a house and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be massive or anything, and just property and have no neighbors or anything like that. That
is ideal.
That's like ultimate as far as, that would be cool. That would be like the next thing, is having something like that. But
yeah, that would.
I don't know.
Cool.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't want a car, like something like that. But it's not that. I think once I started seeing that if you just are patient and worked hard, like it'll fit itself into the picture. It's not like I'm going like this year, by the end of the year, I have to like have enough money to buy this.
No, for sure.
I'm not like financially driven, because
I feel like you probably wouldn't be a gym owner if you were.
Yeah, right. Like driven. It's always like, for even now, like it's
I feel like there's
always reinvesting and like, I'm not.
I'm the same way. I really want the gym to make a ton of money, because I want to be able to like have the best equipment. Exactly. I want to be able to
not like, but not necessarily so I can just write myself a massive paycheck or anything like that by any means. Like
for me too, it's I really want to get the business to like a decent amount of revenue, because I really like things like benefits, like mental health stuff for the coaches. Like I really want to be able to.
So like exactly, you the people slowly start like me. I got me and Jade have benefits now through here, and it's like you start like doing those things that you didn't see before. Yeah, and that was what starts to measure your like own success. I feel being able to do those things, and like I don't know. It sounds. No, adult thing, like like a productive business owner things. I want to be on top of all my shit, and like if all that's done and it's going, then I at the end of the day I don't have this worry deep down that only I as the business owner knows that like the business isn't making money or anything like that. That I'm sure I know that people have that deep down. Yeah, if I don't have that and have a confidence and like know that it's okay, then that's you're winning. I'm winning 100%. Like, that's hard to. I think that's hard to get.
I feel like too, just feeling that you've created something from literally nothing is the most. To me, that's the most reward. Like the fact that our gym even exists, it blows my mind to this day.
Big time. Even when. Knowing you did it all, like painted that wall, did this, put that up, moved. It's like every single piece of equipment in there has like an overnight working through the night story, or
100%. I can't believe you built that rig by yourself.
I like permanently screwed up my.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, man. I took it down from Toronto. Yeah. Tom helped me there, and then I spent.
You said like 12 hours or something?
Yeah, overnight putting it together. It
looks awesome. Man.
One by one. It's like, I don't even, if I went back and told someone how to do it, I would know how is this all even squared off and shit?
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
It's like, so at least it's still standing. I don't know. You'd know if it's in right or not.
It looks good. Yeah, it looks perfect. I couldn't believe actually when we moved, I guess similar, like kind of off topic, but when we moved from our last spot to where we are now, we had literally probably like 30 members help the day of the move.
Yeah.
And it was literally the most humbling thing I've ever been a part of, because like the mats, they're like we have the 5x7, which are like 100 pounds each.
I know.
The members literally were like a chain out the door, like carrying mats, and literally I think 4 or 5 guys built, because our rig, it's seven squat racks wide. I think literally like the whole day, this team of guys built the whole thing. It was just like the entire community built the gym, which is
that's cool. Honestly, like
cool.
Even like I remember doing that, even if it was by myself, it's still like knowing like that either whether there's a team of the community doing it or it's still the same satisfaction at the end of the day and like seeing it.
And even when you said
those mats, like everything, man, I've moved that equipment in the personal side, in the member side. I've moved that from 3 different storage facilities before it got into there.
Really?
Yeah, because we bought it at an auction like 6 months before we even had any room for it.
Yeah.
Calling those friends, that's just like, hey, we got to do this again. It's not like, hey, can you please, I'll pay you. It's like, you know that you can just ask them to do it.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's that or new members or anything like that.
Even when you said trip to Toronto to get the stuff, I feel like I know that all too well.
Nothing's been
driving all over.
And then on top of that, every single time it rains or snows.
True.
It's like, well, how the hell does this work out like this every time?
I picked up it's a leg extension / lying leg curl.
Yeah.
It's like a multi one. I picked it up in Toronto. It was like the worst snow. I've on the highway. My truck was literally
I believe
like blowing.
it, man. It's funny, like moving stuff now. People are like, is this fine? I'm like, oh yeah, like trust me. I've like done some sketchy shit that's like I'm at the time you're just like you don't have an option.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And they're like or lift moving stuff that you just
find the strength.
This is gonna sit outside all night or I'm getting this in the door by myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's so funny. I feel like there's so many commonalities. It's insane.
Yeah. What else? You got anything else? Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm skeptical about that first one.
I guess we'll see.
Fuck.
I guess I've got nothing super specific, but I don't know. I feel like we definitely have to get the gym
I was
together.
gonna say like whatever way. I mean, maybe I think we should. It would be cool though, just to like have a group chat, even if it's on like Facebook or whatever the most common. And just like slowly add people in that are willing to, because there's a lot that like even equipment wise, there's a lot that like, man, if someone thinks that you're gonna come steal their like gold mine idea, then I bet you that gym's not. Those are the guys that like know their gym's not making money when they go to bed at night. I don't know, right? Like what kind of.
I feel like it is so much mindset though, and just being like open to. I don't know.
But you think there's more guys that are like, once you come to talk, once you interact with them, or once that ice is broken between that, like
I feel like then it's all good. Especially
really,
too.
Like someone's gonna be sour. I guess it must be different in CrossFit. I was gonna ask this last question. If there's like, is there only a certain amount of CrossFit affiliated gyms
like
allowed in or whatever?
I don't think there's any like. I think honestly, there's nothing like that.
Is there enough to go around, or is the first two? What would have been the longest?
CrossFit London, the one that just closed.
They were the longest.
Yeah, I think they were open for 15 years. I want to say, which is
really
crazy. They were.
What? So I don't know. Do you know why they closed? Did someone tell me why they closed? Just COVID. They just fell to COVID.
I'm honestly not.
I think there was more to it actually.
I feel like also because I feel like 15 years of doing any
maybe they're
one
just
thing,
like this is a perfect time.
Yeah.
So like
they own the building too, so I think when they sell that, they'll have
cash out.
I think it's for sale right now for like $2 million or something, which is
that building's odd though. It was always there. Like
I think so. Yeah, it's a cool spot. I wanted to when you were saying like you're glad there's no building next door. I really wanted to try to like figure something out with them and run some kind of different gym there.
Oh yeah, you told me that like I guess someone else told me too. They might have been like disappointed that like they just closed shop, but maybe it was just time for them. So wait, back to my question. Like those guys 15 years ago, do you think they were like, fuck, we were the only CrossFit gym. Now there's 3 more here. Like, I mean, CrossFit affiliated, like
I think probably.
Is there a scarcity to like taking that?
Probably. I feel like with some people, because I feel like definitely I'm super guilty of it. Like over the years, different things that we've done or other people have done that's similar to what we're doing, and being kind of like, oh no.
It's
like,
hard though, because it is. That's what those gym. You got to build your community and like make people want to come there.
And I feel like too, really, at the end of the day, it's like you're only in competition with yourself. Like if you just do better than you did yesterday, you'll probably help more people and not lose. I feel like that is we did a post on our Instagram the other day about just how comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
And it's like if the grass is always greener on the other side. It looks like everybody's doing better than you. It looks like their gym is cooler than yours.
I learned, luckily,
it's all in your head.
Yeah, it's all, and you can never know, like that's why even people thinking you're, a successful business owner, it's like, dude, please, you have no idea. You're way better off than me.
Yeah.
Like at certain times, it's like,
exactly.
Oh, trust me. You think that like, because X, Y, and Z means that like there's,
I feel like that's the problem with kind of like the Instagram society where it's like everybody just shows their highlight reel. Like nobody shows you their tax bill or the vacuuming at 11 p.m. Like people just don't show that stuff. But I feel like it is helpful to show that stuff so people know.
Yeah, but those people aren't the people that want to do that.
True.
I think maybe.
I guess that is true.
Right? Those people don't want to do that, but why do people post that about their flashy shit?
Yeah.
Because they want people to think a certain thing, and like the guy vacuuming or doing whatever, he's not doing it for any approval from anyone else. Like,
yeah, I guess that is true.
Even for myself, like if I post something that's like, whatever, perceived to be like flashy, or I don't know if flashy is the right word, but it's like, fuck that. I'm proud of that or whatever. It's like, that's your perception of me. I don't, those people probably aren't doing it for the approval of.
No, that is
Instagram,
true.
I guess. Here, I'm going to go take a video of me vacuuming downstairs. And it's like,
I feel like I barely ever post.
Same. It's usually just the same shit, really. Like, Tatum in an empty gym and the dog maybe or whatever, right?
Yeah. What more do you need? That's the good stuff.
Okay, fuck. Yeah. I know we will. I know it's not one thing I'm going to get that. Maybe the next time you come on, I'll have gone through a month of planning in my
that would be good.
And like give you some sort of feedback on it. Cause
that would be good. That would be really
I'll
good.
show you what's over there.
I feel like too, we do need to mention that the Super Bowl is right on.
I know, seriously.
I feel like I thought that was hilarious. Both Ian and I had sent each other the same message being like, hey, I forgot it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And
it doesn't mean anything to me.
Me neither. Even the guy downstairs, I was like, you watch the Super Bowl? He goes, no, what time's it on at? I'm like, in 10 minutes.
Oh,
it's like,
I guess maybe I thought it was unique because to me it seems like gym owners would be like, sick Super Bowl, but maybe not.
You think Corey's watching Super Bowl?
I bet he is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure he is. I don't know.
He's probably betting on it. I feel like he's a sports guy. I feel like.
You watch UFC? You watched UFC last night?
I literally only watched UFC when the guys from the YMCA would go to Krabby Joe's. And I would just go for the half price apps.
Yeah. It was good.
It was pretty good.
Okay, fuck. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
I want to have like people like, there's no rhyme or reason to really anything on here. So I don't know. I hope it's like, do you see yourself doing a podcast or anything like that? Or like,
I feel like now
you've just come on this one enough to like,
that would be
scratch that itch once in a while.
I feel like too, if we could like rent the space or something and have our,
you don't even, again, it's like, even for the beginning of this, I'm like, the space is here. I'll get the equipment. It justified me, buying the good equipment. I'll let people like plug and play and use it or like promote it as like a space type of thing. And I was like, it kind of went back to what we were talking about, the space in general, but renting it out. I was like, I don't want to like turn this into like
something you have to manage.
Yeah, it's
really.
Like, hey, you need it? Okay, let me know when you want it. I'll open the door for you. Or like, I'd much rather people ask, want to be a part of something or like use it for, building their own and then whatever versus like commercially renting it out for podcasts,
Yeah, because I feel like if we could sneak in here every once in a while? I feel like we would.
Yeah, I definitely can. And like, it's a good place. Like, even if you don't do video,
Yeah.
right? Like it's super, a lot of it's like comfortable, creating that environment, I find is like what makes this possible, just to have like normal conversation that we'd have anyways.
Yeah.
Versus like, not to like, but if your office is in the gym and you have some mic set up, it's like that person,
it's way harder to relax.
Yeah, just like become versus something that's like you walk in here and you're like naturally, just because of the atmosphere, relax a little bit more.
Yeah.
And versus something that's not just so even if you don't do video or anything like that, like you could set it however and make someone comfortable to the point where they're like, feel like they're just talking.
Yeah. I feel like you're doing such a good job. It's been enjoyable to listen to.
Is
for
it?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Like, okay. On the flip side, give me a criticism.
Oh man, I guess I honestly don't like. I feel like you're figuring it out as you go. I feel like there's nothing to. I don't know.
As long as that's what I mean. As long as I consciously try and get better at, it's like,
yeah.
And then anyone who has super high expectations right off the bat of like a finished product is.
Yeah, because I feel like too. I feel like you don't really go into it with like an agenda.
No,
I feel like too with the like Joe Rogans of the world and stuff. It's like a person is on there usually to promote their like newest book or like something.
I do want to get
like
that though. Like I do want to have, because I think there would be a huge value in providing a conversation about something. Like if me and you were to only come in today and talk about like the best way to run your gym and the systems behind it, you would just preface like, that would be that conversation. And what I'm saying, I guess, is like, I do want to have people on with specific professions or like expertise, because I feel
like even for you, just to learn,
exactly.
I feel like
it's. I was just gonna say, as selfish as it is, I'm naturally curious at that. So if someone is whatever,
that's why I feel like seeing you do it, I was like, that is super smart.
It's then just curiosity. Like, me and myself is like, I don't, it's an excuse to have people in. Like even maybe not to the extent of this, but a lot of the stuff we would just end up talking to half an hour downstairs or like, and.
I think too, do you know Russell Brunson? Does that name mean anything to you? He created the website called ClickFunnels. It's like a software product, whatever. But he was just saying how important it is to like record your journey. So I feel like even for you to look back
everything,
and,
and it's like,
then you can look back and see your own story of where you were at that point in time.
Already, it's worth it. I don't know if you saw. Did you see the video with Tatum?
No.
Watch it. It's hilarious.
Is that number one?
Maybe not number one. It's like, it says it's my first guest. So like we were up here, like you'll watch it and like for everyone else, it's like, it's cool, whatever. For me, it's like,
I've just done Spotify. I guess I haven't watched the video.
I think it's on Spotify.
Can you do the video? Like,
no, you can't. They only let like the best of the best have video on there.
Really?
So you gotta like, maybe one day I'll
have to be paying you $100 million or whatever.
Yeah, because there's not many, like even some of the ones that you would think to have like, that's a international whatever, like a worldwide podcast. It's like they don't. So it's very, as far as I know, it's very like selective at who they let have.
That makes sense.
Yeah, kind of, because it's like that could get it could just turn into YouTube basically.
Yeah. Do you want to like monetize it and make it
It's not a goal, but if it's a byproduct, then for sure. Like I definitely will keep feeding it as much as I'm interested in it. And like if I don't ever want to like for it to be a chore to come in and like talk to someone or like I do. That's what will base the like.
Question for you: who are your top 3 people you want to get on?
I don't know. Like
if in like a dream world. Top 3, anybody, celebrity, or
I don't know. I'd be ridiculous not to say just Joe Rogan, because like just him and Jen, like it was like it's always like if something crazy happened in my life where it's like, because some of those people on his podcast, like just crazy fluke that like he's a normal dude who likes normal things, and he kind of like. so it was like always a, what if you could ever get on his? So naturally, I don't, I'd have to think of like probably someone that's super successful in, you know, like, I mean, it would come back to my natural interests and curiosities as like a human.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd want to say someone like somewhat realistic than just say like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and
true.
whatever. I don't know. I feel
like the one with Paul was so fascinating. That's crazy story.
I know.
That's nuts.
I know.
I'm excited to see what app he's working on. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is. He's always like, he's the same thing. He's just like always go. So
that, I feel like that's the one, because it's like I've seen him in the gym, and now you hear their story, and it's so fascinating.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about it, is like it's just having that endless, not having like parameters around what this is.
Yeah,
you can have like, you know, valuable conversations. It's like, if people know what they're getting into and know what they're listening to, then they can either listen or not. But like even this one, Corey, like everyone, I don't know. If I find it interesting, then like that's all I care about. And again, the byproduct is like, I'm sure someone else will as well. So
no, I love it.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Who
next time? You'll have to let me know for next time.
Yeah.
You got to put them on your vision board.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Right. I was like, it would be cool to like be at a point though where you probably heard this on this end. To like have something, I guess it's not a realistic goal for me, would be to like be able to have credibility that if something happened, current events in whatever, say London or Ontario or something within my realm, to be able to like pull
one
people
of the first
in.
To like
not even first. I mean, whatever, but just to be like, have that established credibility or whatever, back to like be that outlet for something. That's vague, but like, no,
I know what you mean.
That would be cool to be like, oh, like, I don't know.
Especially to your point though about being comfortable too, because I feel like you need to have the camera this way almost.
I know,
like this versus like a radio station or like something. This just feels,
or just like a room you rented, or like, you know, your office that's like still obviously people know it's your office, or like to have like you know, someone goes from Canada to like, and is from London, wins a gold medal, for them to like be willing to come on here. Not Olympics like anyone, but that's like pretty like,
to be honest. I feel like you just gotta
reach out.
Yeah, you might as well.
I know. I've only gotten one thing so far where it's like, oh, I only do it if it hits X, Y, and Z, like X amount of numbers per week.
Really?
I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, I didn't know, you know, I'm sure that's out there, you know, and I get it. I mean,
I feel like, I
get it. It's like, you know,
I feel like it's always no if you don't ask though. So I feel like you should just hit up a few. I guess that makes sense. Do you know, like, does Spotify tell you pretty well what the
they're not bad. Honestly, like I listen, I look when I upload the next one.
Yeah.
So like I upload it, I'll go in tonight and then I'll be forced to look at what the previous videos are at. Yeah. Otherwise, could care less.
No, that makes sense.
Did you listen to the Rob one yet?
I started to on the way to the gym. The one about masks.
Yeah, you turn it off?
Just because I got to the gym. I'm so like you. Did you go to Farm Boy and not wear?
Well, no, honestly, because after that, no, I haven't even like gone anywhere. I don't. Man, it's hard. It's so hard for me. I don't know. I respect Rob so much too, because he's like a genuine friend and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. I'm not a. The word confrontation's not the right word, but I'm like,
I'm in the exact same boat.
I pick and choose my battles. I don't know, because that offends him, you know, saying I pick and choose my battles. It's like, this is not a battle. This is like, you know, like you get pulled every way, but
no,
I haven't. I think, without getting into it, I think we're all kind of in the same fucking just tired, you know, about it all. So
seems like the end may be near. So
yeah, I know. I mean, crossed. How can it not be?
Yeah.
But I mean, here we are. I'm sure the business that we're in, it's just like, you can't even it's just roll with the punches now.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely has helped people be a lot more like adaptable, and at least with,
or it's forced people to. It's really like shown whether you're going to or not.
Yeah. It seems like if you can make it through this, you can make it through anything.
For sure. Life seems easy after this.
Yeah.
So, okay.
We did it.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Until next time.
I appreciate it.